Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat petang kepada semua penonton yang bersama-sama kita dalam program pada petang ini, Career Talk How to Land Your First Job. Jadi program pada petang ini merupakan program anjuran Pusat Kerjaya dan Kaunseling bahagian Hal Ehwal Pelajar UiTM Shah Alam. Jadi terima kasih kepada yang sedang menyertai program ini. Jadi minta anda kongsikan juga pautan link untuk program ini kepada rakan-rakan anda yang mungkin belum lagi bersama-sama kita supaya kita dapat meningkatkan lagi penyertaan daripada pelajar dan juga graduan UiTM. Jadi program pada petang ini kita bawakan seorang penceramah khas daripada pihak industri iaitu graduan Miss Amalina Azhar yang merupakan seorang PR events daripada graduan. InsyaAllah pada hari ini Miss Amalina akan berkongsikan bagaimana tips-tips bagaimana untuk menempatkan diri dalam pasaran pekerjaan. Bagaimana sekarang ni dalam situasi pandemik yang tentunya sangat mencabar dan tinggi persaingan untuk mendapatkan pekerjaan. Jadi sebelum saya serahkan platform ini kepada penceramah kita pada petang ini, saya nak membuat beberapa pemakluman iaitu jika anda ada sebarang soalan ataupun pertanyaan, boleh typekan soalan berkenaan di ruangan komen dan juga chat box. Saya akan ajukan soalan-soalan anda kepada penceramah kita di akhir sesi perkongsian beliau. Jadi soalan dengan paling banyak likes akan diberikan hadiah wang tunai RM50 khas untuk pelajar UiTM. Jadi untuk pelajar yang bukan UiTM tak apa, anda boleh sertai program ini, tak ada masalah. Anda akan dikongsikanlah dengan pelbagai tips daripada penceramah kita. Cuma hadiah adalah untuk pelajar UiTM. Okey, link untuk pendaftaran dan juga penilaian kita akan kongsikan lebih kurang 10 minit sebelum sesi perkongsian berakhir. Jadi melalui link ini nanti kita akan serahkan e-sijil kepada semua peserta pada hari ini. Jadi tanpa membuang masa, saya ingin memperkenalkan penceramah kita pada petang ini sudah bersedia Cik Amalina Azhar daripada graduan Biz Connection Sendian Berhad. Jadi saya serahkanlah kepada Miss Amalina.
Okay, thank you so much Pak Nur Ain. Assalamualaikum dan selamat tengah hari kepada semua yang menonton. I'm sure that you guys are watching it from your own comfort place. Tak kisahlah rumah ke dalam kereta ke. I appreciate so much. Thank you for joining. Okay, jadi pada hari ini nama saya Amalina. You guys can just call me Amalina je. It's alright. Okay, and hari ini saya akan berkongsi mengenai the tips or how to land your first jobs, especially when you are a fresh graduates, and the situation is we are currently in the post-pandemic. Okay, jadi macam mana nak cari kerja, tambah-tambah sekarang with this current situation that some of people losing their jobs ataupun some of people baru nak start balik after retrenchment ataupun after that economics when we had our first MCO, everything is closed up dan sebagainya. Okay, jadi if let's say ada apa-apa soalan macam Puan Ain cakap, boleh just type, nanti Puan Ain dan tim akan ajukan kepada saya. Alright, jadi pada tanpa kita lengahkan masa, saya boleh share saya punya screen pada hari ini. Okay, so I'll be speaking in English and also in Malay, depending on you guys, what do you guys prefer for me to speak on. Tapi saya pun dulu alumni UiTM, jadi saya fahamlah macam mana how do we do classes and what not. Okay, alright, jadi izinkan saya untuk share my slide. Okay, let me know kalau skrin ni boleh nampak sekejap. Okay, boleh nampak tak saya punya skrin?
Okay, dah boleh dah.
Okay, tanpa lengahkan masa, jom kita start. How to land your first job as a fresh graduate. Okay, jadi sebelum kita pergi ke our topic, izinkan saya untuk share a little bit about Graduan. So basically, Graduan, the company that I work with, Graduan is a company where we provide career platform kepada graduate. So maksudnya dekat sini kami tidak it's not a agency, recruitment agency, kita tak hire, tapi apa kita buat adalah kita share every opportunities that leading employees in Malaysia, contohnya company-company terbesar di Malaysia, whatever opportunities that they have, kita akan salurkan kepada students melalui kita punya virtual career fair, melalui kita punya job portal, melalui kita punya social media dan sebagainya. Okay, jadi apa-apa orang kata apa opportunities ataupun peluang pekerjaan, sama ada peluang internship daripada all the big companies seperti Maybank, Astro, Shopee dan sebagainya, kita akan salurkan kepada pelajar-pelajar. And one of the job scope is actually to share with you guys on the tips, especially on graduate employability in Malaysia. Alright? Okay, jadi seterusnya, okay, next. Alright, so preparing for a post-coronavirus job market. Okay, so basically setakat 2020 bukan 2021, 2020, setakat 2020 pandemic COVID-19 dia telah taken away, it has been taken away 122 million jobs all around the world. Okay, akan bertambahlah, saya rasa sekarang memang dah bertambah, especially we already in almost dah habis dah 2021. Okay, as business losses revenues, graduates and professionals also need to adapt with the changing market scenario. Okay, we have to adapt that dulu, especially before pandemic. Betul, pekerjaan lebih stabil, ekonomi lebih stabil, tapi after pandemic, walaupun kita punya ekonomi baru nak meningkat dan sebagainya, tapi peluang pekerjaan yang lain juga bercambah. Okay, especially now everything has been in digitalization. Macam korang tengok saya sekarang, saya pun tengah bagi talk waktu saya kat rumah. Okay, so dengan adanya digitalization, semua peluang pekerjaan telah bercambah menjadi sesuatu yang baru. Alright, jadi as a fresh grade, how do you even search for a new job during this uncertain time? Okay, macam mana nak cari kerja pada situasi sekarang? Okay, pertama sekali, graduate has to know there are still jobs available, especially for fresh graduate. Okay, so this is why I share especially untuk fresh graduate, because every technical skill ataupun every new skills that needed by employers, mereka memerlukan orang muda. Okay, contohnya sekarang dengan digitalization, dengan pengaruh social media, semua itu lebih sesuai sekiranya orang muda macam you guys yang handle, instead of experience hire yang dah berumur 40 lebih ke 50 lebih ke, to be honest, fresh graduate lebih advance dari untuk bahagian tersebut. Okay, jadi walaupun sekarang ni ramai orang cakap kurangnya peluang pekerjaan, majikan memilih dan sebagainya, it's not that majikan memilih, tetapi post-pandemic made the hiring process much longer. Okay, contohnya dulu sekiranya semua orang berada di office, jadi we can work as a team. Ini sebagai ini adalah point of view saya as a majikan. Okay, so dulu sebelum ni sekiranya majikan nak hire you guys, okay, so we gonna sit in the office and we gonna list down and we gonna sort out we're gonna sort out candidate apa yang kita nak place, nak panggil untuk screen interview dan sebagainya. Okay, tetapi because of this pandemic happen, everyone is working from home, jadi agak susah sebab we have to go to process yang panjang. Okay, after pilih, nak interview dan sebagainya, pemilihan tu agak panjang sebab semua orang working remotely. Bukan saja saya, tapi most of the industries in Malaysia and also in around the world. Okay, as the job market is shifting, there's also a lot of new opportunities grow along the way. Okay, jadi maksudnya dekat sini fresh graduate, you guys do not need to risau lah. Okay, alright, next. Alright, so next, finding a job as a fresh graduate. Ini adalah tips macam mana fresh graduates like you guys boleh cari pekerjaan, okay? Number one, think about what your future employer is looking for. Okay, as a fresh graduate, it is normal to feel that you don't have enough credential or experiences to talk about in your CV or during job interviews. Okay, perkara ini adalah biasa. Okay, jadi as a fresh graduate, sekiranya awak nak apply kerja, majikan harus tahu yang you guys sebenarnya memang tak ada apa-apa experience. They cannot expect that you guys have 2 years kind of experience. Okay, majikan juga perlu tahu yang you guys, this is the first step for you to take in order for you to gain more experience. Okay, jadi it is normal if let's say you rasa macam you tak cukup credentials ataupun you tak cukup pengalaman, because itu yang sepatutnya you guys are fresh graduate. Okay, jadi keyword, okay, keyword when you enter the keyword bila you nak cari pekerjaan, cari pekerjaan melalui entry level basis. Okay, entry level maksudnya barulah, maksudnya new talent, fresh talent. Okay, cari pekerjaan entry level. You jangan cari mid executive ke dan sebagainya ke. Jangan cari macam tu. Cari entry level, because entry level most of jobs in entry level paling banyak pengalaman yang diperlukan pun 1 tahun ataupun fresh graduates are encouraged to apply. Okay? Alright, next. Apa yang majikan sedang cari? Okay, so majikan, bila majikan mencari fresh graduates, apa yang mereka cari adalah new perspective. Okay, macam mana you as a candidate ataupun you as a new team member, you can bring new perspective towards the department or new perspective towards the task. Okay, orang kata situation lah. Because contoh, kalau company A, dia dah biasa buat satu kerja, satu task ni melalui cara ABCD. Okay, selalu buat ABCD je, itu je cara dia. Tapi bila you masuk, you bagi new input, you bagi pandangan yang baru. Jadi itu yang employer sedang cari untuk fresh graduate. Mereka sedang cari how can they improve this better. Okay, next, highlight number 2, if let's say you don't have any kind of work experience ataupun you tak sempat nak internship dan sebagainya, okay, highlight your academic achievement instead. Okay, your academic achievement seperti assignment, project ataupun any kind of activity that you took during your university time can give potential employers an idea of your personality, of your capability and also as your skill. Okay, walaupun aktiviti-aktiviti tersebut ataupun pencapaian akademik you all tak orang kata apa, dia bukan in the same field as pekerjaan yang you cari. Contohnya you apply kerja as engineer, okay, engineering lah. So you engineering, tapi waktu you punya pengalaman, waktu you belajar, you sebenarnya director of sponsorship of malam gala something. Okay, walaupun you tengok apalah malam gala ni, director of malam gala kena mengena dengan engineering. Adakah orang kata apa, seimbang dan selari? Walaupun you rasa benda tu tak connected, tapi sebenarnya dari situ employers akan dapat tengok how your capability as a person. Okay, alright, and then through extracurricular activities, internship ataupun academic result, they can ascertain that if let's say you would be the good fit for the job culture and also for the team. Okay, bila dekat sini contohnya waktu you study, you became the publicity and also marketing for your event. Contoh, you buat event, you are in charge of publicity and marketing. Tetapi bila you mencari pekerjaan, you cari pekerjaan yang betul, you sebagai customer service. Okay, bagaimana publicity and marketing tu can help you untuk mendapatkan job as a customer service dengan cara employer akan tengok you punya skill dekat marketing and publicity. Bila you dah bekerja as a marketeer or publicist, mereka akan tengok, oh, this candidate mesti dia pandai cakap. Kalau tak, kenapa during university time she took this project? Okay, contohnya bila dia tengok dekat sini, you are the you just a member of a hockey club, contoh a member of a hockey club. Okay, when she's a member of the hockey club, maksudnya dekat sini dia ada quality or she has the skill of teamwork, because dia boleh bermain ataupun dia boleh participate in the group activities. Okay, so all that little thing employer akan tengok, and also employer akan masukkan, akan relatekan apa you punya achievement ke dalam you punya current job lah, yang mana you tengah minta pekerjaan tu. Okay, next, use keywords in resumes. Okay, so I rasa lepas ni I boleh share with you guys how to do a good resumes. Hopefully tak apalah, later I can just share my screen. Okay, so basically when you do a resume, okay, you kena tahu siap-siap, okay, apa yang you nak. Okay, contohnya you are a mass comm student. Okay, as a mass comm student, there's a lot of way that you can go as a mass commer. You can be the PR, you can go as a PR, you can go as the production punya team. You can also go for media punya business development team. You can also go with this one. Okay, so there's a lot of things that you can achieve by studying mass comm. Contohnya banyak cabang you boleh pergi. Jadi bila you dekat resume, you kena mention siap-siap you punya keywords tu. Mass comm, media business development, PR, branding. Okay, you kena mention siap-siap apa yang you cari bila apa yang you cari, apa posisi yang you cari bila you apply untuk pekerjaan. Okay, because sekarang bila you apply for a company, most of the company mereka ada this one system that they call ATS system bila dia dapat you punya resume. So resume tersebut, kalau ATS tu komputer yang akan scan you punya resume. So resume you masuk, dia akan scan. Bila dia dapat detect you punya keyword, contohnya PR, keyword you PR kan. Jadi resume tersebut dia akan send siap-siap kepada PR punya department untuk the personal lah, the staff to view dan sebagainya. Sekiranya ATS machine or ATS system tersebut mereka tak boleh detect any of your keyword, you tak letak keyword apa yang you nak apply pekerjaan tersebut, mereka akan tolak you punya resume ke dalam one bulk. Okay, yang ada beribu-ribu resume tu mereka akan tolak ke that part, and then after dah scanning dan sebagainya, barulah they go through one by one manually. Jadi kat situ you dah rugi, sebab patutnya you resume you daripada A boleh pergi kat B, boleh pergi kat C, tapi because of you don't put you punya keyword, resume you akan terus ke tepi, dan dah habis-habis dah hujung-hujung barulah employer nak view you punya resume. Okay, alright, do some quick research online and use keywords that are specific to the industry, companies and role that you'd like to pursue. Okay, support them with examples where possibly and specifically about how you apply the skill to solve a problem and achieve your desired outcome. Okay, later we can go into how to make a proper resume. Okay, I akan tunjuk dekat you guys resume, contoh resume yang best lah. Okay, next. Okay, so next, seterusnya adalah talk about how your work can impact the workplace. Okay, jadi bila you dah minta pekerjaan, contohnya you sedang dah apply for jobs and then you got to the interview session, the company invited you for interview session. So jadi bila interview tersebut tanya you soalan. Okay, dia tanya you soalan, why should I hire you? Okay, kenapa saya perlu hire awak? Okay, selain daripada you bagi tahu you seorang yang, you know, all your skills that you have lah, you a very good team player, you a very multitasker. Okay, daripada you cerita benda-benda tersebut, you can also masukkan new point of view, macam mana having you would be a bonus to that team. Okay, and you boleh masukkan, if let's say you have given the chance to work at this company, apa yang you akan buat. Okay, so instead of just sharing your academic result, describe to the interviewer how you have contributed to a project assignment that has led to an actual application in the workplace. Contohnya dekat sini, kalau you sponsorship director, okay, you cakap lah, when I was I don't have much of working experience, but I do have a lot of experience when in my study. When I was a sponsorship director in my project, I managed to cover 3 days of event expenses by securing sponsorship deals. So bila you cakap macam tu, employers boleh nampak yang sebenarnya you boleh walk the talk and you manage to achieve it. That would be a very good skill set that they want to have you in the team, okay? You can also discuss how you intend to use what you have learned to deliver value to your potential employer. Okay, dekat sini, tips dia dekat sini, walaupun you rasa macam contohnya dekat universiti you tak banyak joint activity ataupun you tak ada banyak projek. Okay, sekiranya you tak banyak buat benda tu, you still ada masa sekarang, semester ni you boleh start balik getting active dan sebagainya. Number 2, this story is your experience. Experience you je. Experience you, tak ada siapa boleh cakap experience you salah, tak ada siapa boleh cakap experience you betul. You je tahu what is your experience. Jadi cerita, when you are telling the employers, you have the upper hand because that is your story. Okay, jadi you tak perlu risau sekiranya bila you cerita ada pandangan, kalau you takut pandangan employer rasa macam you are trying too hard ataupun employer tu rasa cerita tu tak penting dan sebagainya, you don't have to worry about that because that's your own kind of success. Alright? Okay, next. Okay, sekarang guide for fresh graduate. What are the things that is most demanded? What are the skills that is most demanded by the employers? Okay, sekarang because of this pandemic dan juga for you macam mana nak cari kerja, you still have time dan sebagainya. Kalau you rasa process of applying jobs ataupun process of getting the feedback untuk dipanggil interview tu adalah lama, it's okay. Kalau proses tu lama tak apa, this is the time, perfect time for you to learn new skill. Okay, sekarang dekat your screen, these are the skills that is the most demanded by the employers around the world. Kalau sekiranya awak boleh master all these skills, employer akan hire you tanpa berfikir panjang regardless you got a total different education background. Contohnya dekat sini, sekiranya you pelajar Meskom tapi you nak apply kerja dekat Samsung, boleh ke apply? Boleh, okay? Boleh. Okay, so what are the skills that is most demanded by the employers? Number 1, adaptability and also flexibility. Adaptability and flexibility tu maksudnya dekat sini, kalau dia campak you dekat A, you boleh buat A. Kalau dia campak you dekat B, dia boleh buat B. Especially bila pandemic happen dan sebagainya, banyak sangat, termasuk my own company, we shifted daripada buat events physical, we do event virtual dan sebagainya. You have to be quick and you have to be alert apa yang jadi sekitar kita. Bukan sahaja pasal pekerjaan, tapi the world is changing, so you have to see that way. Okay, number 2, tech savviness. Tech savviness is not only things that you pandai build coding dan sebagainya. It's not about that. Tech savviness is how well you are comfortable with technology. Contohnya dekat sini, you don't have to own the most fanciest phone in order for you untuk orang kata apa, untuk menjadi seorang tech savvy. You don't have to do that. You tak perlu nak ada iMac, you tak perlu ada MacBook Pro in order to prove that you are tech savvy. Tapi cukup sekadar you tahu what is the latest trend and you know how to control it. Okay, on the technology apa sekarang yang on top, pengetahuan, you dah ada pengetahuan, itu dah cukup. Okay. Number 3, data literacy. Data literacy is actually the ability for you to read data, ability for you to encrypt data, and ability for you to sort out data. Okay, bila you dah baca, you dah buat data tu, you dah baca, and you can also classify which category goes where. Okay, so number 3 is also important. Okay, number 4, digital and coding skill. I understand not everyone have the privilege untuk study coding. ataupun program or dan sebagainya. I don't know how to do that. Okay, personally I don't know how to do that. Tetapi sesiapa yang sekarang currently in the, if let's say you are a computer science student atau you are IT students, you are damn lucky because this is the most uprising ataupun uprising industry currently around the world. Okay, tapi sekiranya yang the rest janganlah sedih kalau you guys tak tahu apa digital and coding skill. You guys can learn the basics ataupun you can just go to free courses dan sebagainya in order to you to have a little bit grasp of it. Alright. Okay, seterusnya adalah leadership. Leadership is very important because leadership is not only for you to lead people, but most importantly, how you carry yourself as a person. That's number one. Number one, you cannot lead people kalau you tak boleh carry yourself. Okay. Next, critical thinking. Critical thinking is actually the ability for you to think when you have been pressured or ataupun situation is not idealistic. Okay, so you have to crack your mind. You have to think deeply, hardly how you can solve a certain problem. Okay. Next, emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is very important sebab it is actually your ability not only to control your emotions, but your ability to control others' emotion. Contohnya dekat sini, kalau if let's say ada apa-apa kind of perbincangan tapi ada orang kata apa, miscommunication, ada disappointment dan sebagainya, it's important on how you can actually control that. Okay, macam mana you nak kawal situasi tersebut as a third person point of view and macam mana you nak cari penyelesaian. Okay. Last but not least, creativity. Of course lah, creativity, everything can be done, okay? Everything can be, social media is dangerous, but it's good, okay? It's how you using it, it's how you to be creative with it, okay? So this is your time to play your part creatively as a fresh graduate. Okay, next. Okay, so sekarang ni, what you can do is actually number one, to take a step back. Jangan start lagi, okay? Take a step back and replan. Fill this ample time to re-strategize your career plan. Okay, tambah-tambah sekarang ni kita baru nak naikkan our economy dan sebagainya. Instead of you jump without knowing apa dekat bawah, you tarik dulu satu kaki ke belakang and you plan balik apa you nak buat to make sure that your journey ataupun to make sure that you are in the good position. Okay, you are in the right track. Okay, number satu, do a research on the job market and hiring process in Malaysia. Contohnya dekat sekarang, kalau you nak apply for a media industry, do a research on that particular industry and you do some research on how long the hiring process takes in media companies ataupun media industry in Malaysia. How can you do that? You can do by, if let's say you buka job street dan sebagainya, dekat situ dia memang tulis, dia ada tulis macam normally ambil berapa lama untuk company tersebut to reply to you guys. Sometimes ada yang ambil 2 minggu, sometimes ambil 48 hari dan sebagainya. Jadi you tengok, you study that thing. So bila you dah tahu macam mana, how is the situation within the industry and berapa lama usually hiring process takes in Malaysia, you boleh prepare in your mindset, membuatkan you untuk tak gelabah. Kalau macam contohlah hiring process tu ambil masa sebulan tapi after 2 weeks you macam anxious, dia dah review profile I ke belum dan sebagainya lah. Okay, number 2, create a plan to help you close your knowledge gaps. Okay, contohnya dekat sini you boleh set a short term goal. Be very sure that is measurable. Okay, apa yang I dengan kawan-kawan I buat waktu before we graduated, we already secure a job. Contoh dekat sini dulu bila I was studying in UiTM lah, usually we usually bulan 9 is the semester break kan, bulan 9 semester break. Jadi I punya final semester jatuh dekat situ bila habisnya bulan 9. Okay, jadi bulan 7 is the time when I had to submit my thesis. Okay, bila during that time when I was finalizing my final chapter of thesis, I dah mula buat resume and I already started to find jobs. I dah start dah dekat situ. Okay, hujung bulan 7 macam tu dah start. And then apparently before even cuti semester atau before even habis ataupun even graduate, I already secure my first job at during bulan 8. Waktu tu tak cuti semester lagi. Bulan 8 dah start bekerja dah as a fresh graduate, alhamdulillah. Jadi bila you nak habis lah, let's say macam you punya term dah nak habis, you dah final semester, when you are looking for jobs, you set in your planner berapa lama you nak ambil masa untuk cari, and you set berapa lama masa you nak rehat. Okay, my opinion suggestion dekat you, paling lama you boleh rehat sebulan pun cukup. Okay, just rehat sebulan, because I understand after study kan mesti kita penat, kita nak lepak dan sebagainya kan. So have all that things, sebulan je cukup, and then you dah boleh start dah go serious in your career. Because lagi lama you rehat ataupun lagi lama you tangguh, lagi banyak peluang you bagi ruang untuk you jadi it's not jadi penganggur, tapi macam lama lah untuk you dapatkan kerja. Okay, lagi lama. So if let's say you start early, insyaAllah nanti you will be able to secure the job earlier. Okay. Next, prepare a timeline. So macam I cakap lah, prepare a timeline by when you kena apply kerja, bila you apply kerja, bila you patut start bekerja dan sebagainya. Prepare a timeline so that you are working towards your goal. Alright, number 3, be open-minded and have a willingness to learn. Okay, so open-minded dekat sini, I understand that when fresh graduates starting to cari kerja dan sebagainya, there's a lot of feedback yang mengatakan yang contohnya majikan terlalu demanding ataupun majikan selalu bagi kerja yang is out of the job scope. Okay, so it's not everything you have to see it as complaining. Bukan semua benda you patut tengok, take it as a negative thing. Okay, some of the things you can take it as a positive thing. By learning, lagi banyak you learn, lagi banyak you akan gain. Okay, there's always a fine line to make sure it's either you learn ataupun it's either you have been taken advantage on. Alright, so dekat sini, be open-minded and always see things on the positive note dulu. Okay, jangan masuk ataupun don't put yourself in the negative mode, because dari situ you tak akan rasa, orang kata apa, happy untuk buatlah sesuatu task tu. Alright, next. Okay, next adalah update your resume. So this is the perfect time for you to start look at your resumes and online profile. Ensure that you highlight your career accomplishments, ataupun if let's say you don't have any, you can put education, passion and skill. Alright, try to develop your personal brand to give employers a sense of your narrative and mission. Dekat sini pendek cerita dia, cuba develop your personal brand to give to your potential employers who you are and what you can do. Okay. Number 3, when applying for remote jobs, read the job description carefully to showcase the specific skills that match what they are asking for. Okay. Next, strengthen your connection with your network online. If you don't have any LinkedIn account, dekat sini saya tak boleh tengok live interaction. Saya baru nak tanya berapa orang dah ada LinkedIn account. But anyway, if let's say you guys don't have LinkedIn account, korang boleh buat LinkedIn account sekarang, now. Because you really need that, okay? LinkedIn is a gold mine of connection, advice and job opportunities yang you boleh apply directly to LinkedIn. Okay, take advantage by that, not only by updating your profile, but also connect with the potential employer. Okay, yang mana yang you tahu, contohnya ada certain company yang you nak bekerja, contoh you nak kerja dekat Shopee, let's say lah you nak kerja kat Shopee. Apa you boleh buat? You boleh cari Shopee Malaysia in LinkedIn, and then ada satu button people. Bila you tekan people tu, dia akan list out siapa yang bekerja dekat Shopee. Okay, so dekat situ you boleh follow lah Shopee punya recruiter, Shopee punya HR. Okay, when you apply, when you follow all those icons ataupun staff lah, let's say employees in Shopee, kalau mereka ada any latest job posting dan sebagainya, you would be the earliest to know there's opportunity yang ada dekat Shopee. Contoh, okay? Sebab selalunya recruiter dengan HR, kalau mereka ada any kind of peluang pekerjaan, mereka akan share directly dekat their website, and also untuk HR people ni diorang akan share juga dekat diorang punya LinkedIn profile. Okay. Next, consider joining professional groups online and expand your job search and network. Number 2, learn how to communicate virtually. It is much easier for us to communicate physically because benda tu kita cakap as and when, okay? Tak ada miscommunication, kuranglah miscommunication dan sebagainya. Tapi kalau you cakap virtually, sometimes when you type text kan, ada boleh terdengar sebagai different kind of tone dan sebagainya. Jadi it's important for you how to communicate virtually, and most importantly how to get the message delivered. Kalau you cakap tapi orang tak faham, tak boleh juga. You kena you cakap and orang faham. Itu baru message tu completely be delivered. Okay, number 3, participate in online career engagement. Contohnya kalau ada career fair ataupun kalau ada career talk macam hari ini, okay, so you can also participate in that. Alright, okay, so sekarang ni before we go to video resume, I nak share with you guys on example of a good resume dulu, sebab kita nak tunjuk kat you guys macam mana nak buat resume kan. Okay, 1 second let me share another kind of slide. So far okay ke? Do you guys have any questions? Okay. Tersilap lah 1 second Saya nak share slides on how to do a resume.
Okay, setakat ni kita ada beberapa soalan lah, tapi mungkin kita bacakan soalan ni di penghujung nanti lah ya.
Boleh? Boleh. Okay, saya just nak make sure macam takut macam bagi nak tahu tengok orang faham ke tak.
Sehingga kini kita ada lebih kurang 132 orang viewer lah.
I see.
Jadi kita masih lagi buka ruang untuk soalan. Kalau penonton ada soalan nak ditanyakan, sila tanyakanlah. Kita akan kumpulkan soalan ni, kita akan tanyakan di penghujung nantilah.
Okay, boleh sekejap bagi saya. Okay, saya nak share screen sekarang. Okay. Okay, nampak tak? Nampak tak? Tak ada tu nampak dah. Okay, good. Alright, so next, writing a successful resume. Okay, sekarang I'm not sure if let's say before ni, sebab I understand that you guys ada 3 session sebelum session saya hari ni kan, and I believe lepas ni pun akan ada lagi banyak penerangan, not only in this career webinar tapi juga ada dekat kelas. Kalau nanti lecturer akan buat finishing school dan sebagainya, mereka akan share macam mana nak write a resume. Tapi today saya rasa elok juga kalau saya share to you guys how to write a successful resume. Okay, so guideline on writing resume untuk fresh graduate ada certain fresh graduate saya faham yang mana it's not that tak pandai, tapi macam maybe kurang exposure ataupun tak berapa tepat, tapi tak apa, jangan risau, jangan rasa rendah diri ke apa, kita boleh buat hari ni. Okay, I teach you guys. Alright, number 1, on writing resume, sebenarnya do you guys know that hanya 7 saat sahaja diperlukan untuk hiring manager tengok resume you and identify for you is either for you for you would be a good candidate ataupun tak. 7 saat je untuk mereka tengok, and mereka tengok okay boleh panggil interview ke tak dan sebagainya. Jadi a good resume sangatlah memainkan peranan. Okay, walaupun ada details yang you rasa macam details kecil-kecil, macam tak ada apa kot, details kecil je, tapi tak. Okay, kecil-kecil benda tu akan mainkan peranan on how good your resume is and how your resume can help you in order to secure the interview. It's not only the job tau, interview baru. Okay. Nombor 1, font, pemilihan font. Okay, bila you tulis resume, make sure that you punya font, saya rasa macam kecil lah saya punya tulisan ni dekat you punya screen. Okay. Okay, tak apalah, saya explain je lah. Okay, font. Okay, pemilihan font pula, pemilihan font haruslah konsisten. Okay, konsisten dekat sini, make sure that you use a formal type of font. Contohnya, you boleh use Times New Roman, you boleh use Arial, Calibri dan sebagainya. And the best size, ideally size for the eyes to read for the font, size 11 and also size 12. Size 11 dengan size 12 adalah size yang cantik and sedap mata membaca. Okay, jadi you kena konsisten, semua size mestilah 11 dengan 12. Tapi kalau you ada a little title, ada title of the resume, you can put title tu maybe size dia tebal sikit. You can put bold and maybe size 14, 16 dan sebagainya. Okay. Next, template color. Bila you make a resume, when you designing your resume, template color must be not more than 3 colors including the font. Okay, color resume you, any color that you put in your resume mestilah tidak melebihi 3 color. 2 color is nice, okay? Tapi yang 3 color tu pun harus mestilah basic and professional color. Contohnya color hitam, color grey, dark blue, dark green. Okay, ini adalah professional color yang orang kata apa, yang employers tu standardize akan tengok lah, especially if let's say you are going to corporate. Okay, if let's say you are not from a creative background, contohnya you bukan graphic designer, you bukan theatre students, you bukan fashion student, do not use any kind of bright colors because it doesn't show professionalism. Okay, I have received a resume because I've been doing this a lot. I've been doing this career talk dekat sini, dekat university in Malaysia. I've been doing this in Australia. I've been doing this in UK. So when I receive one resume, that frame dia, ada candidate tu frame dia warna pink Hello Kitty, ada border bintang-bintang. Do I even look at that? No. Okay, it shows that you are not ready dengan you punya bintang-bintang tu, you are not ready to become a professional hire. Okay, you're not ready for that. Okay, so now bila you apply for jobs, it's time for you to show that you have grown up. Okay, number 3, cover letter is important. When you apply for jobs, tolong letak cover letter. Okay, kalau hari ni saya tak sempat nak share apa tu cover letter, you can always Google ataupun insyaAllah nanti boleh arrange another session I can share with you guys. Okay, cover letter is important. The next one, using the third person point of view in your resume. Third person point of view tu apa tahu? Dia adalah you bercakap tidak menggunakan I, me or mine. Okay, contohnya my name is Amalina. Bila I sebut my name is Amalina tu dekat situ maksudnya I sedang guna kata ganti nama diri pertama. Kita tak nak guna kata nama ganti diri pertama, kita nak guna kata nama ganti diri ketiga. Macam mana nak guna tu? Jangan confuse lagi, tak apa, sekejap lagi saya tunjuk, okay? Okay, think about what makes you different. Dekat sini seterusnya, sekiranya awak adalah engineering background, you adalah accountancy background, you boleh letak yang you have a bit interest in photography ke, you can design ke dan sebagainya. You can put all that in your resume. Okay. Next. Okay. So this is the example of a good resume. Okay. Of a good resume. Okay. Dekat sini, you boleh nampak dekat sini ada gambar. Okay. I tunjuk dekat sini ada gambar. Good resume untuk Malaysia workforce, employer dia akan lebih, orang kata apa, dia akan prefer for you to put you punya foto. Okay, tapi certain company macam Australia and UK, mereka tak galakkan untuk you letak gambar because of discrimination. But Alhamdulillah, because we are in Malaysia, discrimination tu tidaklah seteruk seperti negara-negara barat dan sebagainya. Okay, jadi letak gambar, employer lagi prefer kalau you letak gambar dekat dalam resume. Okay, kalau you nampak dekat sini Jendo. Jendo ni nama you lah. So you boleh letaklah nama you Ashraf ke, nama you Arsyad ke, nama you Amalina ke, you boleh letaklah dekat sini. Okay, and then bawah ni, you tak nampak, I rasa tak nampak kot. Okay, dekat sini bawah ni, Jendo ni sebenarnya dia junior architect. Okay, jadi dia letak kat sini junior architect. Inilah keyword yang I sharekan depan tadi. You kena letak keyword. Keyword dekat sini, contohnya dekat sini boleh letaklah masscom, PR, communications dan sebagainya. Apa-apa yang kena mengena dengan you punya background and kena mengena dengan job that you are trying to apply, put it here so the ATS scanner boleh baca you punya resume. Okay? Bawah dekat sini ada short paragraph. This is your career objective. Okay, nanti kita akan go through one by one dekat dalam slide seterusnya. Okay, bawah sini ada you punya personalities, you punya email, phone number, city. Okay, ini bandar. You tak payah letak alamat penuh you, nombor rumah ke apa, tak perlu letak. You hanya letak bandar. Contohnya Ampang, Selangor, Penang, Malaysia sebagainya. Tak perlu letak nombor 1, jalan stroke 1-10, tak perlu letak yang tu ya. Okay, seterusnya adalah yang ni, you punya LinkedIn, is it LinkedIn? Ya, you punya LinkedIn ataupun you punya work profile lah. Okay, dekat, okay, hujung sekali, kalau you seorang yang kreatif, you graphic designer, you fashion designer dan sebagainya, you bolehlah letak Instagram you sebab nak tunjuk you punya kerja. Tapi kalau you nak pergi corporate, jangan sesekali share you punya social media. Jangan, kita tak nak share benda tu. Okay, bawah ni of course lah ada work experience, and then ada education, personal project, skill, and also languages. Okay, let's just go one by one. Okay, ini career objective. Career objective yang tadi saya letak yang dekat bawah keyword ni. Sini. Okay, so ini career objective. Career objective saya dah categoriskan kepada 3 ayat according to the colour. Okay, macam mana nak tulis career objective? Number 1 yang warna hitam ni, mention your degree and how many of work experience you have, kalau you ada. Okay, you boleh nampak kat sini. Recent college graduate with a Bachelor Honours in English Literature and 6 months of international internship experience. Titik. Okay, point yang kedua, warna pink. Describe your strongest probable traits and the role that you like to apply in the company. Okay, so you boleh cakap lah, seeking to leverage, acquire academic knowledge and work experience to effectively fill your office clerk position, ataupun you boleh cakap lah, to effectively fill your media business development executive position. Okay, number 3 is actually how you emphasize yourself as a person, as a skillful fresh graduate. Dekat sini, a dedicated worker aiming to help achieve company goals and take on more responsibility as quickly as possible. Okay? So dekat sini number 3 ni, ini yang saya katakan guna kata ganti nama diri ketiga. Saya tak gunakan I, me or my. Saya project diri saya as a professional without using I, me or my. Okay, so boleh screenshot atau ambil gambar kalau nak, ataupun you can just Google how to write a proper career objective. Okay? Alright, okay, next. Working experience. Okay, working experience sama juga dengan education background. You have to mention you punya experience according to the latest ataupun most recent. Contohnya 2021 Veritas Design Group as a junior architect. Ataupun 2020 Starbucks Malaysia as a barista. Tak kisah, you boleh letak sahaja. Education pun sama, you letak you punya most recent, which is your degree lah. You letak you punya degree, and then you letak you punya field apa dan sebagainya. Okay, soalan, patut ke you letak CGPA dalam you punya resume? Okay, kalau CGPA you bawah 3.0, kalau you bawah 3.0, jangan letak, tak perlu letak. Tapi kalau CGPA you atas 3 point, atas 3 dan ke atas, you boleh letak CGPA dekat dalam resume. Okay, patut tak letak result SPM? tak perlu letak result SPM. Sekiranya result SPM you biasa-biasa saja, tak perlu letak lah. Sekadar letak sekolah menengah, contohnya sekolah menengah St. George's Pulau Pinang, SPM like SJ Pelajaran Malaysia year 2012 contoh. You boleh letak sebegitu sahaja. Okay? Okay, so work experience ni, any work experience, whether it's that part-time job, contract job or internship, you boleh letak in your resume. Okay, tak kisahlah kalau you punya part-time job you jaga paksen sekalipun, boleh letak walaupun you rasa benda tu tak related, tapi daripada you punya work experience lah, employers boleh tengok what are the skills that you manage to learn. Okay. Next, awards and additional section. Okay, awards, kalau you ada awards, you boleh letak lah according to most recent date ataupun month received. If let's say you ada scholarship, you boleh letak scholarship juga dekat sini. Kalau you dapat Dean's List pun, you boleh letak juga Dean's List in you punya award section. Okay, additional section, sekiranya awak tak ada any work experience, you boleh letak extracurricular activities, you boleh letak volunteering experience, you boleh letak certificates and licensure, and you boleh letak juga professional affiliations. Okay, so all these things you boleh letak lah in your resume as a fresh graduate. Okay, berapa page as a fresh graduate ataupun as a siapa-siapalah, if let's say sekarang pun I nak cari kerja pun kan, berapa kalau you experience higher, you nak cari kerja kan, berapa page resume yang saya perlu buat, berapa maximum and berapa minimum. Of course lah, minimum page untuk resume adalah 1 page, maximum page untuk resume adalah 2 page. Jangan lebih daripada 2, sebab kalau you lebih daripada 2, it's very hard for the employers to read on your resume. Okay? So saya rasa setakat ini terawal sikit lah. Saya rasa itu sharing saya how to land your first job ataupun how to land a job as a fresh graduate. Jadi saya rasa Puan Ain, saya boleh buka session ni dekat Q&A session.
Okey, boleh-boleh. Sekarang ni dari segi persiapan Encik Amarina dah selesai. So kita seterusnya buka kepada sesi Q&A lah. Tengok kat sini dah ada soalan-soalan yang dah ditanyakan di ruangan chat. Okey, kita showkan soalan yang pertama Okey, ini
Boleh.
daripada Shervon Wallace. Are there any good websites that you have personally recommended to look for jobs?
Okay, thank you so much Shervon. Okay, let me share my screen. Personal, I'm not being biased, but of course, personal website that I suggest ataupun I recommend for the students to fight for jobs is of course graduan.com punya portal. Because why? If let's say you are going to job street, of course jobs in job streets are whole lot more, banyak jobs kat job street. However, jobs in job streets, they have every category, from you a lorry driver into a senior management level. Semua kategori ada. But jobs in graduan.com, okay, is the jobs that specially for fresh graduate that less more than 2 years experience. Jadi competition you dekat situ is smaller. Okay, very small. Because if of course if let's say you apply jobs dekat job street dan sebagainya, if let's say someone has more experience or someone has better years of working years, of course they will win because they have all that kind of experience. Employers doesn't have to teach them. But if let's say you go to graduate.com, all the jobs that catered there is for university leavers lah, less than 2 years of experience. Hope that answers you, Shervon.
Okey, kita beralih kepada soalan yang seterusnya. Sekejap ya. Ini soalan yang seterusnya daripada Nul Adlin. How about student education that need to wait for about 2-3 years for getting a job? Sebab saya rasa soalan ni ditujukan sebab kalau sebelum ni kan pelajar kalau education ni memang keluar-keluar dah ada guarantee job. Tapi sekarang ni mereka kena tunggu dulu sehingga dapat posting. Sebab sekarang ni mungkin keluaran graduate untuk education ni dah bertambah. Jadi bukan semuanya akan layak terus dapat posting lah. Jadi bagaimana untuk
Yeah.
pelajar yang ni yang kena mungkin menunggu sehingga 2 hingga 3 tahun lah sehingga dapat posting tu?
Okay, Adlin, thank you so much for your questions. I understand your situation because sekarang pun even though orang yang dah graduate, yang dah ada banyak pengalaman directly pun, yang belajar UPSI pun contohnya, institut perguruan pun sebenarnya susah dapat posting in the government sector, especially for teachers. However, what you can do if let's say you are an education student, you boleh pilih dua side. Contohnya, if let's say you are so passionate on education, you expand it, ambil master and be an educator. Dekat situ you boleh jadi lecturer terus ataupun you boleh jadi college, orang kata apa, you go for college if let's say you don't go want to go to university, you boleh jadi lecturer if let's say you are so passionate in education. Number two is for you to actually banyak venture that you can join. Education, you can go to banking and banking industry because they have a lot of programs. You can also join HR and you can also join marketing, anything, any kind of job yang mana dia inline dengan you punya skill. Education number satu, you kena very resourceful because you nak kena communicate, you kena ajar kan. Nombor dua, education, benda yang I respect all the educators is the ability to sampaikan the message because you mengajar someone. Jadi cari kerja di mana you boleh influence someone into you punya business. Contohnya sales, marketing, that would be a perfect job for you. Okay, tapi sekiranya kalau you betul-betul nak jadi pendidik dan sebagainya, macam saya cakap lah, there's two ways. It's either you wait until the posting ataupun you expand lagi, ambil master and be educator in the higher, deeper level. Okay? Alright.
Harap jawapan itu dapat membantu Adlin lah. Mungkin sekarang ni dalam line education tetapi sementara nak menunggu peluang tu datang, banyak lagi peluang lain yang boleh direbut lah. Okay, kita beralih kepada soalan yang seterusnya daripada Anne. What is your opinion on fresh grads joining protege training program?
Okay, and this is a very good question and I rasa macam it's good for me to share juga. Okay, so for those of you yang tak tahu, protege training program is actually a scheme that most of the leading employees in Malaysia, contohnya dekat sini Khazanah, Maybank, EPF, they do have this scheme di mana mereka buat training session protege for the orang kata apa, university leavers. But in this situation, they don't guarantee whether you will be absorbed untuk bekerja dekat company tersebut after you dah habis training you atau tak. Itu je satu yang mereka tak confirm. They cannot just absorb you guys after you habis training tu. Okay, tapi it is a very good program for you to learn new skills and also for you to prep your mindset and also your working attributes when you are starting to work. Okay, so dekat sini protege program ni, if I'm not mistaken, I tak sure macam mana situation sekarang, I cannot speak for all. If I'm not mistaken, dia punya payment ataupun salary that they give to you guys, RM2,000 untuk bachelor degree. 2,000. Jadi sementara kalau you nak cari betul-betul you punya cita-cita dan sebagainya, kalau you rasa itu ambil lama, just join protege program, that's okay. Okay. Another thing that you can also join is not protege program, but it is actually graduate training program ataupun management associate program. Okay, so this graduate training program ataupun management associate program, you can find it dekat graduan.com juga. Okay, dia sebenarnya ada banyak company, for example Maybank, Hong Leong Bank, Bank Islam, CIMB, Samsung, Shopee, Nestle. There's a lot of big employers in Malaysia. I rasa kesal sebab I tak tahu waktu I graduate dulu yang ada this kind of training program. Astro, okay, there's a lot of big companies in Malaysia, they do have this management associate program di mana anda akan bekerja ataupun you punya kontrak tu, tempoh untuk you bekerja adalah 1 tahun 6 bulan, okay, 1 year and half, and you will be rotating to 6 different department dalam 1 tahun 6 bulan tu. Contohnya dekat sini 3 bulan pertama you bekerja dekat finance, 3 bulan kedua kreatif, 3 bulan ketiga HR, 3 bulan ketiga marketing, 3 bulan ketiga sebagainya lah, banyak you akan tukar. Okay, and then if let's say you excel within any kind of department, contoh you masuk and then you excel in creative department, okay, when you are excel, by end of your cycle you will be absorbed as the executive at that company. Okay, dalam 1 tahun 8 bulan tu, and the pay is good. Okay, I'm not sure, again, I tak tahu macam mana sekarang, I cannot speak for the employers, tetapi payment yang paling I think macam salary for this graduate training and also graduate employee training, paling rendah yang saya pernah dengar adalah 3,000. Okay, paling tinggi 4,500, ada yang lagi tinggi, tapi depending on your quality. Okay, payment dia tinggi untuk fresh graduate 3,000, 3,500 tu sebenarnya tinggi. Okay, tapi assessment, in order for you to join all this management associate program dan graduate training program dan sebagainya, assessment dia susah. Okay, dia ada banyak few assessment in order for you to be absorbed as the part of management training program. Okay, jadi kalau you nak tahu mengenai management training program, selain Protege lah, selain Protege, you can go to graduan.com/job, sebab banyak company yang akan post about their management training program and you boleh nampak dekat situ. And the best part is, this all management training program, mereka buka kepada semua background, tak kisah you education, you sport science sekalipun, medical, let's say you tak nak buat medik, you boleh masuk juga. Okay, alright, next question.
Okay, soalan yang seterusnya berkaitan dengan resume. Rasa Amaina ada sentuh tadi berkaitan dengan resume, tapi yang ni mungkin dia nak jawapan yang mungkin kita simpelkan sikit jawapan dia. Soalan dia daripada Nur Adlin juga tadi yang sama is resume giving a huge impact on job opportunities. Mungkin ada pelajar yang ataupun graduate yang rasa macam resume ni tak apa, buat yang simple-simple, nanti masa temu duga baru buat betul-betul. So apa pandangan Amalina?
Okay, pandangan saya, resume ini bagi a huge impact on job opportunities because that is the only way for you to showcase yourself, because they don't know you. Mereka bukan, contohnya Puan Nur Ain, dia nak cari 10 education background untuk bekerja dekat department dia. She can go to you macam, okay, saya nak 10 orang untuk bekerja dengan saya. Tapi how can you project yourself to a company kalau you tak ada any connection and you tak ada resume? Dekat resume itulah mereka akan tengok you as a person, whether you will be a good candidate ataupun you sesuai untuk that job position dan sebagainya. Okay, and then you have to understand this is orang kata apa, a fall for all companies. Setiap tahun along the year, take note cakap garang, take note apa yang cakap. Okay, every year untuk fresh graduate, employer akan hire bulan yang mereka akan hire pelajar adalah pada bulan 3, 4, March, April, and then June, July, also September, October. 3 session tersebut, 3 bulan ini, awal, tengah dan juga akhir tahun adalah masa kebanyakan employers akan hire fresh graduate. Jadi kalau you nak cari kerja, carilah kerja pada ini, kerana ini, contohlah kalau you pergi career fair, contoh you pergi pameran Kerjaya. Okay, you pergi pameran Kerjaya, you apply dekat satu company tersebut. Okay, tapi you punya resume, you punya academic qualification hanyalah B+, saya boleh cakap lah B+ contohnya. And then you kena bersaing dengan ramai orang. Sekiranya any company yang masuk pameran Kerjaya di UiTM ataupun di mana-mana lah kan, dia masuk pameran Kerjaya, mereka kena pulang balik dengan number berapa kandidat yang mereka hire. Contohnya, saya masuk career fair UiTM, saya kena jawab dekat bos saya berapa ramai yang saya jumpa, berapa ramai saya interview, berapa ramai saya hire. All of these companies, they have specific goal ataupun spesifik orang kata apa, target berapa diorang kena hire. Contohnya mereka kena hire 20 kandidat, 20 orang. Diorang kena hire tau, bukan interview, hire. Diorang kena hire 20 orang. Dalam 20 orang ni, sekiranya you macam kandidat yang biasa-biasa, B- dan sebagainya, mereka akan tutup mata hire you terus. Dia tak ada strict dan sebagainya. Okay, jadi sebab tu saya cakap apply during this peak time, March, April, Jun, Julai dengan September, Oktober. Sekejap, satu saat saya nak letak charger, berarti saya nak mati sekejap
Okey, sementara menunggu Amalina tak apa, sometimes it happen kan. So kita kena bersedia apa-apa je yang ada. Okey, sementara itu ada soalan dekat sini lah ini soalan daripada Adlin juga. Berkaitan dengan resume juga saya rasa saya pancarkan dekat sini lah untuk kita punya makluman bersama. Is the experience that you mentioned before is experience in our field? Ini seperti mana yang tadi mungkin Amalina ada mention juga tadi kan, dia tak semestinya lah berkaitan dengan resume bidang kita sahaja. Macam sekarang ni kan mungkin saya tengok ramai pelajar ada juga buat part time punya kerja lah. Mungkin contoh bawa Grab ke apa ke, mungkin boleh masukkan juga dengan orang kalau itu memberi nilai tambah kepada diri kita. Setuju ke Amalina? Saya pulangkan balik pada Amalina lah untuk soalan Adlin ni. Soalan rentetan daripada tadi.
Betul kata Puan Nur Ain. Okay, experience dekat dalam resume bukan experience you dengan related dengan you punya background saja. Experience contohnya kalau you sekarang contoh tadi you belajar, if I'm not mistaken, you belajar education kan, but you ada experience during part time waktu you cuti semester ke apa, you kerja as a barista contoh kan, you boleh letak je in your resume. Ataupun you pernah jadi tutor, ataupun you pernah buat Grab, you buat dropship sekalipun, you can put all of the experience in the resume. Okay, tak jadi masalah.
Okay, kita berpindah kepada soalan seterusnya lah daripada Stacy Robin. Is it will affect our resume if we don't have more than 1 year working experience?
No, it does not affect, because it does not affect if let's say you are a fresh graduate. Okay, jadi kalau you as a fresh graduate, they all know that you shouldn't have that many of years experience. Okay, sebab itulah just now I advise to you guys for you to apply job directly after you dah habis study, and don't wait until too long in order for you to be ready to start your career journey. Because one, you contohnya you graduated in March, okay, you graduated in March and then you take some time to relax and whatnot, and you dah start apply kerja, but then you got rejected dan sebagainya, and it prolonged to 6 months. Okay, dekat 6 months tu sekiranya you dah menganggur 6 bulan, itu dah tak berapa cantik in your resume, macam why is it you menganggur, ataupun why is it hard for a company to select you as a candidate. I know that it's not your fault, okay, because it's beyond our control, but we can try our best to avoid that, to avoid all that thing. Macam I dulu waktu I dah habis waktu I about to finish my study, I know that I'm from FITA, film theatre. I know that in my industry, if let's say you don't have connections, it's hard for you to get a job. Okay, it's hard for you to get a job. So what I did, me and also my my close friend, what we did was last chapter of our thesis, we already make our resume and we already sending the application to all the companies. And Alhamdulillah, me and my close friends, when we did that, tak sampai sebulan pun, tak sampai sebulan, we already got the job. Bila orang tengah cari kerja, baru habis cuti semester, baru macam okay nak start cari kerja, we already starting the job. It's not something yang kebanggaan, no, it's not something you boleh macam show off macam aku dah kerja, it's not something like that. But it's just something, a safety blanket that you can secure yourself to this uncertainties time. Okay, so hopefully I answer your question, Stacey.
Okay. Okay, kita beralih kepada soalan yang seterusnya lah daripada Fatih Najwa. How to show I meet the key selection criteria when applying for a job besides using the resume? Okay, soalan ini nak menunjukkan macam mana nak menonjolkan kepada majikan selain daripada menggunakan resume bahawa kita adalah calon yang paling layak untuk jawatan tu selain menggunakan resume.
Okay, selain menggunakan dokumen resume, a piece of paper, what you can also send, if let's say the portal of the job portal kan, dia ada satu feature di mana you can upload another file. That particular file you can also upload you punya video resume. Video resume is almost similar like a normal resume, tapi it's about yourself. Dalam masa 1 minit you pitch to the employer why you would be a suitable candidate for the job position. Okay, when you send a video resume, not only the employer see you as the person, but also video resume can support you of your interpersonal skill. You boleh cakap, you're not afraid to show yourself, and you are confident. Okay, so that is one of the way that you can show you punya criteria to the employers. And if let's say I'm the employers, I would be really impressed because you take effort in order to do that. Okay, number two, how to show you meet the key selection criteria when applying for job is actually yang ni renyah sikit lah, okay, is actually tailor your cover letter and tailor your resume according to the job requirement. Okay, contohnya dekat job requirement tu dia cakap dekat situ dia nak multitasker, they want people that can communicate, they want people that can plan, strategize dan sebagainya. Using your experience waktu you dekat uni dan sebagainya, you line balik dengan you put that criteria yang mereka minta. This is a little bit of hassle because you kena tell it one by one according to the job that they want, but it is worth it because that resume dia betul-betul ikut dengan kemahuan apa yang dia nak. Okay, tapi this one untuk fresh graduate saya tak adalah susah, tapi you kena hati-hati because you tak ada banyak working experience untuk you bagi contoh. Okay, jadi you bagi contoh dengan menggunakan project or activity yang you buat waktu dekat universiti. Hi Pierre, oh my god, Pierre taught me Italy when I was like Italian class when I was in semester 1, 2 and 3 year 2016, 2015. Hi Pierre. Yeah, Pierre is my lecturer dulu. Okay, next question.
Okay. Okay, next question from Akmal Hafizi. What is opportunity for graduate or job seeker who has leadership experience to get their first job? Mungkin ni nak nonjolkan lah, maksudnya untuk pelajar yang ada leadership skill ni, ada leadership experience ni, bagaimana mereka boleh menonjolkan diri lagi untuk dapatkan pekerjaan.
Okay, thank you for your question, Akmal. Alright, so basically, if let's say you have all the leadership qualities, I wouldn't say it's very easy for you to get job, but it's easy for you to express yourself. Because when you have the leadership quality, it just appears when you go for internship. It appears when you go for interview session. You can talk and then you can walk the talk and then you can show example. Kenapa I cakap you can show example? Because bila you bekerja dengan you punya former teammates ataupun you bekerja dengan you punya former team, you lead by example. So it's not hard for you to show what kind of you can project during the interview session. Okay. I would say what is the question lah ayat you, what is the opportunity for job or for graduate and job seekers tu, opportunity dia wide sebenarnya. I rasa what is opportunity tu is the wrong term. Maybe you boleh tanya how is someone with leadership experience can secure a job? Bagaimana instead of apa? Okay. So bagaimana kalau sebenarnya you ada leadership skill, macam mana you nak secure job adalah dengan cara you talk about what you want to do and you walk by providing example. Okay, bila you cakap, you bagi contoh. You jangan borak je. Okay, contohnya dekat sini you boleh cakap lah, I was a sponsorship director when I was in my class project of project Galanat 2020-22. Okay, so basically what I did was I lead my team by making sure that everyone has sekian. So you cerita pengalaman you, okay, because you were a leader, so you know how to talk. Okay, hopefully that answer you, Akmal. Okay, next.
Betul, saya setuju sangat dengan apa yang Amalina kongsikan tadi, sebab kadang-kadang pelajar lihat leadership ni mungkin kena join MPP ataupun jadi presiden kelab baru nampak leadership, tapi sebenarnya tak. Even through orang kata apa, small project dalam kelas pun you boleh tunjukkan leadership skill dan experience tu lah kan. Okay.
Betul.
Again, ada Shervon ada soalan lagi. When we share our extracurricular activities in the resume, includes the ones from high school as well, is it? Maksudnya nak masukkan juga tak pengalaman extracurricular activity ni daripada high school?
Okay, good question, Sherbon. Okay, I forgot to mention during my talk tadi. So basically, anything is not only extra curriculum, working experience or education experience pun, anything that is more than 4 years, okay, 4 years dan ke belakang is considered irrelevant. So when you do your thesis ataupun you do your report, any kind of sources that lebih 4 tahun lecture you tak terima. I believe that is how we do. Okay? Because benda tu bukanlah nak kata you menipu ke apa. It just shows that you already grow from someone from A to B within that time, within 4 years of time. You are not a school kid anymore. Okay, you are better than that. So let's just talk about what is happening recently. So maksudnya 4 tahun daripada sekarang 2021, 2020, 2019, 18, 17. Okay. Any experience 2016, you dah tak perlu sebut dah. Okay. Melainkanlah, except if let's say you wakil Malaysia, buat robotik ke kan, macam tu kan, you betul-betul wakil Asia Tenggara, then you can, by all means, you can put in your resume. But if let's say you're just cheerleading captain ke, ataupun you just project leader ke apa, you just have to highlight 2017 dan ke atas. Okay.
So kita rasa kita buka lagi sedikit ruang untuk soalan sebab kita masih ada masa lebih kurang lagi 15 minit lagi. So saya kira ada lebih kurang 4 soalan lagi
Boleh.
Daripada Ashraf Dimyati. Hi, I have a question. Are the resume for internships the same as applying for a job, and what experience or things we can include for internship resume?
Hi Ashraf, that is a very good question. Okay, so the resume for internship to apply for a real job is almost the same, but it's just that you put you punya internship experience in your working experience. Sebab waktu you apply for internship, you tak perlu letak working experience because internship should be your first real working experience. Okay, tapi if let's say you already went to internship placements, you can use your internship period tu dekat dalam you punya working experience lah. Okay. So that's answer your question number 1. Your question number 2, what experience or things that we can include for internship punya resume? Okay, this one is a very good question. So basically, when you went for internship, the number 1 rule before you put how to get the experience kan, number 1 rule, you have to step out of your comfort zone. Okay, on the first day or even first week of internship, you might be doing the very, very, very easy task. Contohnya, you just pergi print, you just provide this document, that document dan sebagainya. But be berani, okay, have the courage untuk take on more responsibility. For example, you can just come up to your supervisor, hi Miss Ain, Nur Ain, I think I am ready to take on some tasks. If let's say you believe in me, okay, allow me to do this because I want to learn more. You cakap macam tu. Okay, so dari situ barulah you dapat the opportunity to do a better job. Okay, so once you dah ada all the experience, you can write in resume, number 1, what did you learn? The most important number 2, what did you achieve? Okay, what did you achieve? Because what did you learn tu benda sama macam mana you belajar kat universiti, itulah you belajar dekat internship. Tapi what did you achieve, that will set you on the different level because you manage to stand on your own during internship placement. Contohnya dekat sini, when I was in intern, so basically I was fortunate to do an intern dekat Jogja. So when I was intern, mula-mula I only assist on doing press kit, press release to the company. But Alhamdulillah, I take on more responsibility. I can even manage an event. I was the MC of the event in Jogja. So it is actually quite huge because they can trust you in that sense. So that are the things that you can also tell what you managed to achieve when you were in internship. Hopefully that answer you. Mute lah Ain.
Ini mungkin soalan beberapa soalan yang terakhir daripada Ajman. Mungkin lebih kurang sama dengan soalan yang tadi. So mungkin dia nak tekankan dekat sini, is it crucial to elaborate the working experience section or just state the work is enough?
Okay, alright. So yang ni pun a good question juga. Okay, is it crucial to elaborate the working experience section ataupun just state the word is enough? It is actually make a different whole lot of impression if let's say you elaborate what did you achieve, bukan what did you do. Okay, because job scope, kalau contoh you engineering background kan, I tahu apa you buat in engineering dulu. Okay, I mean as a intern lah, job scope tu I can just Google. Okay, but apa yang I tak tahu, what did you manage to achieve? So benda tu you highlightkan lebih kepada kepada perkara tersebut lah. Okay.
Okey. Untuk soalan seterusnya daripada Akmal Hafizi, mungkin yang ni saya respon sedikit dululah sebab dia berkaitan dengan government
Boleh,
sector.
silakan.
What about graduate who want to apply for government sector? Is resume has its own design? Okey, biasanya untuk bekerja dengan kerajaan ataupun badan berkanun, biasanya kita akan apply melalui website tertentulah. Kalau macam untuk federal, kita ada boleh apply di SPA lah, Suruhanjaya Perkhidmatan Awam. Ataupun macam kalau badan berkanun ni boleh apply terus dengan website badan berkanun tu sendiri, contohnya DUITM. So dia tak ada design tertentu untuk resume. Biasanya kita akan isi maklumat yang diperlukan di website. Tetapi masa hari temuduga tu, kita bawa resume kita sendiri untuk diperiksa oleh pihak majikan lah. Kalau mungkin Amalina nak tambah apa-apa lagi ke?
Okay, so to be honest, in this state, I do not have any experience because I've never been working in the government sector. But I did apply and I did went to one interview. Satu saja, okay. So kalau nak tanya my experience tu sejujurnya tak banyak lah kan. And resume tu I just make the same resume as how I applied to other jobs as well, and I was called, and itu sahaja. I tak ada pernah faham. Maybe Puan Noor lagi banyak pengalaman lah. Ini dah maaf saya tak boleh share because I've never experienced that betul-betul.
Yalah, macam yang saya kongsikan tadi, untuk government sector ni dia tak ada template tertentu lah. Cuma lebih kepada isi maklumat yang diperlukan. Mungkin dalam setengah badan kerajaan ni you kena isi form. Itu orang kata apa, maklumat asas yang diperlukan lah. Tapi masa temuduga bawa jugalah resume sebagai persediaan kan. Sebab biasanya kita nak mohon kerja ni mesti sediakan resume. Okey. Seterusnya ini soalan terakhir ya Amalina. Soalan terakhir daripada kita punya penonton Kila Azli. Okay. Do we have to make separate resume for every job application if we apply for many different fields as such the different keywords?
Okay. Kila, to answer your question, sebenarnya tak perlu pun. Okay, tak perlu. Sebab contohnya, Kila, can you just comment real quick what, because I just nak buat contoh based on apa yang you minta. You study course apa? Real quick, you reply and then Puan Ain boleh bagi tahu I.
Setakat ni Kila belum lagi ada bagi feedback lah.
Okay, tak apa. Okay, contohnya dekat sini, I just nak katalah, okay, contohnya if let's say you budak Masscom, you are Masscom graduate, okay, you don't need to do every single different resume according to the keywords unless kalau you betul-betul nak, I want to go for that job and job only. Betul kan? Contohnya macam tu. Okay. You tak perlu buat macam tu, tapi keyword je dekat sini, if let's say you Masscom student, you boleh letak comma dekat situ. Contohnya Masscom, communication, PR, branding. Okay, at least if let's say you put 4 keywords pun tak apa, the system they can still detect you punya keyword as long as benda tu related. Okay, contohnya kat sini, kalau you study finance, doesn't mean that you can only do accounting. Doesn't mean that finance you boleh buat banking. So you boleh letaklah finance, banking, tax, audit, sekian-sekian. Anything that related, mereka dah patut tahu and you pun patut tahu apa yang you nak buat. Okay? So contohnya dekat sini, if let's say you study as a FITA student, not only you have to be on the stage, but you can also work in the branding, you can also be in the communications, you know what are the cabang for you to go. So you can just buat one resume and put all the keywords that is related to the job that you want to apply. Okay?
Okay, baik. Terima kasih kepada Kila. Saya rasa kita dah cukup lah untuk sesi ini. Kita akan sambung lagi pada sesi yang akan datang. Okay, Amaina, walaupun tadi saya dah mention tu soalan terakhir, tetapi yang ini saya rasa kita nak raikanlah satu lagi soalan daripada P. Mauro. Amalina kenal
Hai
ya? Okey.
Pierre. Pierre kat
Okey.
puncak ke?
Okey, soalan daripada P. If we have time for this question, in your opinion, is the photo in the curriculum very important? It might look a silly question, but the first impression is important also.
Alright, okay, thank you for the question, Pierre. It's not a silly question, alright? So basically, in Malaysia working workforce, whether you are a fresh graduate or even if let's say you are experienced hire, it is very important for you to put your photo. Not because they want to see whether you handsome ataupun you cantik, and it's not because of that, but they just want to see how you are as a person, whether you will be a perfect fit for the teams ataupun for the department or not. Okay. However, there's also debatable issues for other countries because, for example, in United Kingdom and also in Australia, based on my knowledge, they do not encourage you to put a photo because of discrimination. However, in Malaysia graduate workforce, they will encourage you to put a photo because of one, you have to make a first impression, and also whether they want to see you would be a perfect fit for the team within the organization. Okay, another thing that I would like to add also for you guys for graduates, if let's say you want to put your photo in your resume, you don't have to only put your passport photo, you know, the photo with the blue background or white background. It doesn't have to be that kind of photo. You can also put a very casual photo. It's just you have to make sure that you look proper and you look well groomed. Okay, do not put a selfie. Okay, don't put a selfie. But if let's say you have a nice photo, it's just a photo on your chest upward, or you can also put it in your resume. And if let's say you have a nice smile, there would be an added bonus because they can see your characteristic and they can see your personality. Okay, so that is my take on that question. Thanks, Pierre.
Okey, saya rasa itulah soalan yang terakhir daripada penonton pada hari ini. Terima kasih kepada semua penonton yang bersama-sama program pada petang ini dan terima kasih kepada semua yang bertanyakan soalan. InsyaAllah untuk seperti mana yang dijanjikan, kita ada pemenang untuk soalan dengan yang paling banyak likes. Yang mana kita akan buka sehingga pukul 5 hari ini, yang mana telah menjanjikan soalan sepanjang sesi live. So, anda ada lagi peluang, ada masa lagi untuk share dengan rakan-rakan anda link program ini dan minta mereka like soalan yang anda ajukan. Sehingga jam 5 petang ini, kemudian kita akan pilih pemenang dan kita akan hubungilah pemenang soalan dengan paling banyak likes. Okay? So kita dah sampai ke penghujung siaran. Terima kasih kepada semua yang menyertai dan terima kasih banyak-banyak kepada penceramah jemputan kita, Cik Amalina Azhar daripada graduan. Untuk pengetahuan semua, kita UiTM dan graduan ni memang sering bekerjasama lah untuk program-program kerjaya, khasnya untuk pelajar UiTM lah. Macam Amalina sendiri pun adalah alumni UiTM. So kita sangat bertuah lah sebab di luar sana dalam industri kita ada banyak alumni UiTM yang kita boleh collaborate, yang boleh kita minta orang kata apa, mereka punya ilmu untuk kongsikan dengan junior-junior yang ada sekarang ni lah. Jadi sekali lagi bagi pihak pengajar saya mengucapkan terima kasih kepada penceramah jemputan kita Cik Amalina Azhar dan juga kepada semua peserta yang menyertai program pada petang ini. Jadi di sini di bahagian komen ataupun chatbox kita ada sertakanlah pautan kehadiran untuk tujuan e-sijil akan diberikan setelah tamat program ini dan juga ada penilaian lah bersekali dengan link yang disertakan tu nanti. Okay, nanti sijil kita akan beri kemudian. Saya rasa itu sahajalah perkongsian untuk program kali ini. Jadi untuk bulan Oktober ni di Pusat Kerjaya dan Kaunseling kita ada banyak program yang kita orang kata apa susun untuk semua graduan UiTM, pelajar UiTM dan juga staff. So kalau saya ikutkan dalam bulan Oktober ni sekurang-kurangnya ada 17 program lah. Jadi anda untuk menyertai program-program anjuran kita yang akan datang boleh rujuk dekat kita punya poster yang kita ada sertakan di Facebook dan juga kita punya website Career Counseling Center UiTM. Jadi saya kira itu sahajalah pengurusan untuk program pada hari ini. InsyaAllah kita berjumpa lagi di lain siaran untuk banyak lagi program-program, terutamanya program berkaitan dengan kerjaya. Saya kira itu sahaja. Mungkin Amalina nak cakap apa-apa lagi untuk kita punya junior-junior. I think your junior lah kan sebab UiTM student lah.
My junior, I just orang kata apa, my pesanan is just that you don't have to be afraid and avoid all these like negative information negative reads that you might read in Twitter. Contohnya kalau macam anything that can downgrade you, contohnya majikan sekarang memilih dan sebagainya, instead of focusing on that, you just focus on how you can make yourself better. Okay, that would be a better way to handle it. Okay, and all the best. Hopefully everything will go smooth on you guys, and if let's say you guys have anything, you can reach me dekat Graduan punya Instagram, it's just Graduan. Follow there because weekly kita akan post all the job opportunities that we have according setiap minggu, bukan setiap bulan. Okay, so kalau ada apa-apa you can just reach me dekat situ. InsyaAllah I can ask, I can answer all your questions. Okay, so thank you so much for the question. Thank you for Noaim for having me. It's always been a pleasure. I always you at the end I always have this special special place in my heart.
Okey, terima kasih Amalina. Saya kira itu saja untuk hari ini. Sebagai penutup, orang kata apa, sebagai graduan, carilah banyak-banyak. Aku kata apa, sekarang ni walaupun dalam kesempitan, dalam banyak-banyak halangan ni, sebenarnya di sebaliknya kita sebenarnya ada peluang-peluang yang kita boleh rebut lagi. Okay? So itu sajalah untuk hari ini. Stay safe kepada semua. InsyaAllah jumpa lagi di lain siaran. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam. Okay, bye-bye.